It spread all over Australia, causing devastation for families who were affected. In June 2019 to May 2020, Australia experienced its most devastating bushfire recorded in history. The main area where the bushfire took place was in the northern part of New South Wales, about 400 kilometres south of the Queensland border. How bushfires start. Bushfires can occur during dry weather and droughts. Natural bushfires require three conditions to widely spread. Fuel, which is any flammable substance near a fire, including trees, grass, bushes, and even homes. The greater an area's fuel load, the more acute the fire is likely to be. Air, which supports the oxygen a fire needs to burn, and a heat source that helps bushfires spark and brings fuel to temperatures hot enough to ignite. Lightning or the sun are both examples of heat sources. Firefighters call these three elements the fire triangle. This chart from the Australian Bureau of Meteorology displays the Australian mean temperature from 1910 to 2020. It shows a constant trend in high temperatures, specifically from 2019, where the average temperature was increased by 1.5 degrees Celsius. This next chart, which is also from the Australian Bureau of Meteorology, compares the average rainfall of 2018 and 2019. In 2018, rainfall was on average and sometimes below average, but in 2019, things got much worse and hit lowest rainfall on record. In these conditions, green vegetation can turn into flammable fuel. Strong winds assist the fire spread. Warm temperatures encourage combustion. The only thing missing to make this fire a real bushfire is ignition, such as a downed power line or a burning campfire or cigarette, to inflict havoc. The impact of the bushfire. Australia's bushfire had social, economic and environmental impacts. Approximately 10.7 million hectares were burnt during season 2019 to 2020 as of mid-January, destroying over 5,900 buildings, including over 2,700 homes. In addition to 33 human fatalities, and 3 billion animals either died or were severely injured, including 40 million possums and gliders, 36 million antechinus, dunnarts and other insectivores, marsupials, 2.2 million batons, bandicoots, crocs and potoroos, 5 million kangaroos and wallabies, 1.1 million wombats, 11,400 echidnas and 60,000 koalas, fatalities and injuries. After the finishing of the fires, even more animals died due to lost habitat and no food sources. As a result of major smoke and air pollution originating from the fires in January 2020, it was announced that Canberra measured the worst air quality of any major city in the world. Bushfires can produce thin air particles that affect humans' health and may be fatal. According to the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, the number of hospitalised patients in New South Wales increased by 22% throughout the 2019 and 2020 year. The bushfires have scorched pasture, burnt livestock and destroyed vineyards, with regrowth being a challenge due to the ongoing drought trouble. Australia's dairy industry suffering the greatest loss of farmland and infrastructure. Over $103 billion was set aside to repair all impacts of the 2019 to 20 bushfires. The recovery from the bushfire. The Wildlife and Conservation Bushfire Recovery set out a series of procedures to recover from the bushfires. The emergency response included wildlife rescue exercises, seed banking, and more insurance for some species, and the supply of food and water to sustain wildlife until habitats recover. In this graph, the koala population from 1920 to late 2020 has a huge down spike from 2015 to 2020, leaving only 8,500 koalas alive.